Good evening. I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Thanks for joining us on TCM. Coming up tonight, a special double feature honoring an actress whose bold, brash talent and relentless drive and professionalism made her one of the brightest stars of Hollywood's golden age, Joan Crawford. This tribute comes just in time for the publication of our friend Scott Iman's new Joan Crawford biography, Joan Crawford, A Woman's Face. Scott, in addition to being a great guy, is an award-winning writer and film historian who has covered the lives of many Hollywood giants in his books: Charlie Chaplin, Darryl Zanuck, Cary Grant, John Wayne, Louis B. Mayer, John Ford, to name a few of them. With this biography, as with those others, Scott Iman reveals the multiple facets of his subject, in this case, Joan Crawford, a woman even more complicated and compelling than the characters she played. Up next, a couple of melodramas Crawford made back-to-back in the mid-1950s under a new contract with Columbia Pictures. We begin appropriately with the first. It's from 1955, Queen Bee. Crawford is Eva Phillips, a seemingly sweet and gracious Southern socialite who's actually more controlling and manipulative than Scarlett O'Hara on her best day. Her silky villainy, as one critic cleverly described it, wreaking havoc on the lives of just about everyone in her orbit. That includes her long-suffering husband, played by Barry Sullivan, who drowns his hatred of her in booze, his sister, played by Betsy Palmer, and the sister's fiancé, who also happens to be Eva's old flame. He's played by John Ireland. Queen Bee is the directorial debut of Ranald McDougall, who initially signed on to write the screenplay. McDougall had written Crawford's career comeback film, Mildred Pierce, 10 years earlier in 1945, as well as another Crawford hit, Possessed, from 1947, both of those for Warner Brothers. When Crawford learned that he wanted to start directing films, she insisted that he start his career with her leading the cast in Queen Bee. From Columbia in 1955, also with Lucy Marlowe and Fay Wray, Queen Bee. There were reports that audiences broke into applause when they witnessed Joan Crawford's demise in Queen Bee. Crawford did not blame them. She agreed that Eva Phillips was even more despicable than what may be Crawford's most famous bad girl, Crystal Allen, in the 1939 MGM hit The Women. Crawford's daughter, Christina Crawford, best known for her scathing autobiography, Mommy Dearest, said, "That wasn't any acting job on Mother's part. It was exactly the way I knew her at home." Despite the picture Christina Crawford painted of her mother, as well as the famous feud between Crawford and Bette Davis, nearly all of Crawford's colleagues, on screen and off, appreciated her personally and professionally. Anne Blythe, Crawford's co-star in Mildred Pierce, always spoke glowingly of her. Fay Wray, who played Sue in Queen Bee, said that when Crawford learned Ray was returning to movies after nearly a decade away, Crawford sent her a note that read, "Welcome. We need you." In the new Joan Crawford biography by Scott Iman, Scott writes that Crawford's leading man in Queen Bee, Barry Sullivan, said he liked her because of her blunt honesty. When Sullivan saw Crawford after the opening of MGM's nearly 3-hour biblical epic Quo Vadis in L.A., he asked Crawford what she thought of the film. "My ass hurts," Crawford replied. Coming up, the second bill of our Joan Crawford double feature, the picture she made right after Queen Bee, Autumn Leaves, co-starring Cliff Robertson. It's next on TCM.
Next on TCM, Autumn Leaves, then Johanna Enlists, and later, Deep Crimson. TCM is seeing red tonight.